Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Don't Touch My Music. I am Chardonnay, and I'm here with my co host, Kiana.
Hi.
And today we're going to be talking about music distribution. So, music distribution is a very old practice, and it has been around pretty much for as long as music publishing has been there. And obviously, workflows and business models have to adapt to the changes in music consumption and digitalization. So, for those of you who don't know what music distribution is or have an idea of what it is but does not quite understand, in simple terms, music distribution is the act of making music available to the general public. So, in other words, putting physical music in stores and making albums and songs available on digital platforms for consumption and purchase. Music distribution then has had to shift to a more digital aspect of the current music environment. And as a result, digital distribution has become more common because, everyone would just stream online and buy music online rather than
hmm
go and literally buy like a CD or a vinyl. They would buy a vinyl for like
Collection purposes.
collection purposes, but not to say like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
buying a vinyl to like play music.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
So, as Chardonnay said, the way music distribution works changed a little bit or a lot over time. But I'm going to get into kind of both. So, how did music distribution work traditionally? And then, how does it work now in the era of digital distribution? Um, so traditionally, distribution companies used to sign deals with record labels, and then those deals granted them the permission to basically sell products belonging to the record label.
yeah,
And the distribution company would then take a share or a percentage of the income that was generated per unit sold for themselves, and then they would give the rest of that money to the record label. So for most of the 20th century, this is how distribution worked, and music distributors were very much the link between record labels and retail stores, which includes music only stores. Now, how music distribution works nowadays, it's kind of similar but not really because of all the digital platforms that are now available. But basically, with digitalization, it's kind of made it a lot easier to distribute
yeah,
your music because all you really have to do is like upload a file
yeah,
online and just press share, and then everybody kind of has access to it, right? But even with that in mind, current digital distributors do still have three very, very important core tasks that they have to fulfill in order to successfully um, share an artist's music. And Chardonnay is going to highlight those three things.
yeah. So the three main tasks that they do is the first one is distributing releases to DSPs, which is digital service platforms. The second thing that they do is royalties allocation. And the third thing that they do is implement and execute a distribution strategy and trade marketing. So with distributing releases to DSPs, digital service platforms, most of them don't allow for direct music to be uploaded. So this means that artists would have to go through um, a distribution company or aggregator to get their music there. And these digital service platforms prefer for musicians to work with distributors because it causes less issues when it comes to like metadata and payout, just to have everything organized and
Mm-hmm.
centralized. And so distributors are able to provide those things according to each digital service platform's specific requirements or standards. The second thing that they do, like I mentioned, is royalties allocation. Distributors serve as a middleman for royalties. So they sort out all of the royalties coming from all different digital service providers and they make sure that they are distributed correctly. The second thing that they do, like I mentioned again, is implementing a distribution strategy and do trade marketing. We know that favorable placements is a thing where like Kiki and I was talking earlier, and we were talking about having like, let's say if you're in a physical recording store and they want to promote this specific album or song, they'll have it at the forefront. So it'll have the biggest display or most visible display, right? To ensure that person see it and pick it up and buy it.
Yeah.
That also applies in the streaming or digital age. So now it's more favorable to have like playlist placements. So like you would see on Spotify that persons would want to be like in rap caviar or like new music,
Today's top hits.
right? Like new music Friday stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, because like those are the most favorable playlists to be on when you're releasing music, or even just when you have like a hot song that you want to get out there, because I mean they have tons and tons of followers.
Yeah.
So that is the distribution part, ensuring that you have a favorable placement, whether it's in a physical store to have it front and center, or on a digital service platform where it's placed in a popular or currently trending playlist. And the marketing aspect of it is where distributors would literally like negotiate with these streaming platforms to have these songs on these favorable playlists.
There are 5 types of distribution companies that are kind of the same but kind of different, which is like a lot of things in the music industry are kind of the same but kind of different. So let's get into the 5 types of distribution companies. So the first type of distribution company that I'm going to talk about is the major distributor, which is basically exactly like it sounds like. They are major label affiliated or major label owned. And in fact, the top 3 major labels actually have their own distribution departments. And those departments work 99% of the label's catalog globally. And major labels can also distribute for independent labels and artists as well. And they, in fact, often acquire independent distributors so that, you know, they are under the same umbrella. The second type of music distributor is the independent distributor, which, as you know, we said previously when we were talking about the different types of labels, independent distributors have no affiliation with major labels. They do things independently, as the name suggests. And their biggest value, so their selling point, is really that they have a very hands-on approach when it comes to promotion, trade marketing, and digital release strategies. So people really like them for those reasons. The third one is white label distributors. So white label distributors focus on the administrative roles of the distribution process. So things like metadata and royalty payout and stuff. They do that. They specialize in that. And then there's the open distributors, and these are the ones that we are most familiar with currently. So they are the online distribution platforms, so your CD Baby, your DistroKid, etc., etc. And they commonly distribute for a flat fee, and the artist gets 100% of their royalties, so there's no pay cuts or anything like that. And the last one is the semi-label distributors, which are very new. There are apparently only 2 currently globally. So their main focus is really on artists that don't have a record label, don't have a record deal. And their business model is unique because it allows for the partnership between the distributor and the artist to grow. So there's different growth phases. For example, if they see that your music is performing really well, they might offer you a record licensing deal. So, you know, it just allows for a lot of growth, which is kind of cool. But there is not much information as to how they might work in the future. So they don't know if this is a sustainable business model yet, because they're so new. And yeah, those are the 5 types of music distributors.
Yeah. And of course, we need to tell you a few distributors that you should know, just in case you want to research them, look into them. The first set we're gonna start off with is major distributors, apart from the in-house distributors from major labels. So the first one is Alternative Distribution Alliance. The second one is Caroline International. I actually know that one. And the third one is In Grooves.
I know that one.
Oh, nice. So those were major distributors. I'm gonna move on to independent distributors that we think you should know. So the first one is Absolute.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is Believe Digital, and the third
Mm-hmm.
one is Ditto Plus. I know Ditto.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Ditto is very common.
Yeah.
Moving on to white label distributors. The first one is Consolidated Independent,
Mm-hmm.
Sono Suite,
Mm-hmm.
and Fuga. I actually know Fuga.
Same.
Yeah, they were offering like some jobs here in the Netherlands. I'm like, should I go work there?
And then
Yeah.
you were like, no.
No, I'm okay. Moving on to open distributors. The first one is CD Baby, the second one is DistroKid, and the third one is Ditto. I actually know all of those because, like
Yeah.
Kiki mentioned earlier, these are the more common distributors that we know, that offers a flat fee for
Mm-hmm.
artists to like upload their music and they have them distributed, and they keep 100% of their royalties. Because when I was like planning to also release some of my music, I was like looking into these specific, open distributors. Yeah. So moving on to the last section of distributors, which is semi-label distributors. There is artists without a label. So the abbreviation would be AWAL. And Amuse. I actually know artists without a label.
Really?
Um,
I did not know them.
Yes, I know them. Like when I was doing some research for my own music purposes, I came
Mm.
across their website and I read their entire about us section and their requirements of what they look for in an artist. And I was like, wow, this is some cool shit because it's new, it's like
Yeah. It's
innovative.
very, yeah.
I've never seen anything like this before. I even saved their website like in my bookmarks because I was like, this is interesting. Like I want to see how this develops.
Mm.
Um and I also saw recently on my LinkedIn that one of my connections actually signed to them as a songwriter, I believe. So
Oh.
I was like, okay, interesting, do the things.
Okay, bad bitch things.
Yeah. So those were the distributors that we think you should know. If you're looking to distribute your music, online, research some of these distributors and see, what goes on. I would recommend like you guys look at the open distributors because like we said, those are more commonly known. And the way that it's just set up, I think it's great because you keep 100% of your royalties because I
Mm.
don't think you want to be sharing like almost half of the shits or a large portion because you know how hard it is to make money,
Yeah.
with the royalties. So yeah, guys, check it out.
Check out the things. Also,
Yeah.
look at the independent distributors
Yes, also,
because
yes.
they can offer you a little bit more than open distributors can, but
Yeah.
it comes with like the added thing that you're gonna pay more.
Yeah, yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
pay more, but you get more out of it basically
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they will push for promotion and all of that stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it really just depends on what you want for your
Too.
music and what your
Yeah,
goals are.
yeah,
So definitely look into these distributors and see where you align, I guess.
yeah. Now we're gonna jump into our small talk segment where Kiki and I mention our two favorite songs for the week, and then we ask each other a fun question about music,
Mm-hmm.
anything that relates to music and us. I don't know,
Yeah.
something. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get into it right now. Kiki, what is your favorite song of the week? Your first favorite song of the week?
So my first song is not recent. It's from
Okay.
2019.
Mm.
Um, and it's called Broken Record by a South Korean singer-songwriter called G Soul. R&B vibes. It's off of his Hate Everything EP. Hate
Mm-hmm.
Everything is actually one of his songs that went like pretty viral.
Mm.
But yeah, I really like Broken Record. I just really like G Soul's voice.
Yeah.
He actually releases a lot of music in English. For those of you who are weird about music in other languages, like losers.
You gotta cut that out.
I will not. But anyway, yeah, Jisoo is like super talented. He's got a beautiful voice, just soulful R&B vibes throughout his discography. He also does like a little bit of pop here and there.
Mm,
But yes.
nice. My first song or first favorite song of the week is DMs by Coco Jones.
Coco.
Listen, that song, it's actually a very old song. I don't remember when it was released, but it's a very, very old song. And I just like the tone of her voice in that song specifically. Because it's like because Coco mainly sings like R&B, like
Yeah.
soulful R&B, and then she gives you like that hip R&B. And this is sort of like a soulful R&B, like singing wise. And I just really love the tone of her voice. So yeah, that's my first favorite song of the week. What's your second?
Okay, my second song is a more recent one. It was released in 2021. It is called Tequila by Neni, who is a Portuguese singer-songwriter and rapper. She's fucking cool. She's only 19, but
Wow.
like she's killing it. So yeah, Neni is killing it in the music game right now. Has been like for a while, for like at least a couple of years, maybe 3 years. And like she does a lot of Afro hip hop vibes.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So her music is really groovy. You would really like Tequila.
I
You
feel like
would.
I would.
Yeah, and you would also really like G Soul actually.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
But
out. My second one is by Coco Jones again because I'm just on a Coco rampage, this weekend.
Coco.
Coco, give me that album, girl. Like I'm waiting.
Chardonnay said he's
Um,
waiting.
I'm waiting. No, but I think it's gonna take her a while because she just signed with Def Jam and she just released her first single, and she might have a follow up, before she released the actual album. So yeah, I guess I just have to be patient. But no, my second song is by Coco Jones. It's called Just My Luck, and that was actually released in 2018.
Okay.
And to mention, I just searched it up that the first song from Coco Jones, DM, was released in 2019. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So my second song is Just My Luck from Coco Jones, and I also love the way that she sings in that one. Like Coco's voice is so powerful,
Yeah, it
so
is.
rich, and like her tone is just a tone that you're not gonna hear anywhere else. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't hear her tone in anyone else's music. I don't listen when I listen to other artists or even independent artists, I don't hear her tone nowhere. Like her tone is so unique to me. The way that she sings it, oh my God, it's so soulful. Yes.
Yeah,
So
no, she's a great singer.
that's my second song.
Okay. Do you want to ask question first, or should I ask question first?
I'm gonna ask you question first.
Okay.
Yes. So my first question, or my only question.
Yeah, I was like first.
Yeah. So does music affect the way that you dress? Does it affect the way that you dress in terms of like a song that you listen to, the specific vibe of the song would say like, okay, I'm gonna wear pink today, which I know you would never wear really, or you would not wear regularly.
Yeah.
Or you would be like, today is just all black, or today is just like a edgy day. Today is just like a day, sweats day. Like, does music affect the way that you dress?
Um, I wouldn't say so. No. I don't think it does. Mainly because I don't put in a lot of effort. I don't put in a lot of effort into like getting dressed every day. Most of my stuff is black, and so I
Yeah.
just wear black on black on black. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I like I'm more partial to baggy clothes because I don't like the feeling of form-fitting clothes. So I like, yeah, there's no real thought process behind how I put clothes on. But if I dress up for like a special occasion or something, I will while I'm trying to figure out the outfit because I can't like I don't have that many like going out or formal dinner or whatever, semi-formal, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Um I have to dress a little differently. I can't dress the way that I normally dress for those things. So I have
Yeah.
clothes for those occasions that are more colorful,
Mm-hmm.
have different types of colors. So I would say that when I'm trying to decide on an outfit, I will put music on.
Mm.
But more so just to get myself excited about wearing something I normally wouldn't wear. But I don't think
Okay.
it has like an influence on what I wear daily
Okay.
either.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so yeah, I feel like I know the answer to this.
Oh my God.
I feel like I know the answer to this. But which artist would you want as your best friend and why?
Why are you doing this? Like, okay, well, I actually have okay. I already know one, but I feel like there's another artist.
Mm-hmm.
There are two.
Okay.
Firstly, I would love to have Coco Jones
I knew
again
it.
as my best friend. Listen, y'all really sleeping on Coco. Like,
No, she looks very fun.
if you are listening to this podcast and you have not listened to Coco Jones, please go and listen. You're missing out.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah.
Um, no, but I would love Coco Jones to be like my best friend. Because she is so fun. Her personality is so bubbly. She's very
Yeah.
outgoing. Um, I'm just talking from based on videos that
Interviews and
that I've
stuff.
seen with her and interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like her personality is like so outgoing. She's so bubbly. She is funny. She
Yeah.
acts just like us. Like remember I told you like she acts like us. Like the things that
Yeah.
she say, the way that she talks, we are like
Mhm.
cut it out. She will do the same thing. Like she will be the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coco Jones. And the other artist would be Spice.
I knew it when you
And
said there were two.
Spice, because listen, apart from Spice making the type of music that she makes,
Mhm.
Spice is actually a very funny person. Like she jokes
Yes.
around a lot.
Every
Like
time I see like videos of her on TikTok, I'm just like laughing because I'm like, oh, Spice, wait.
yes, she jokes around a lot. She when she goes live,
Yeah.
she's like serious, but she also does it like in a jokey way.
Yeah.
Um, it would definitely be Spice. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah, she
for
seems
real.
super fun as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was that about that with the things and the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions about music distributors or you just want more information in general, you know where we are. And if you don't, I'll get into that in a bit. And as per usual for Monday episodes, we've made all the links that we looked at for research available to you as well in our little Linktree link that
Yeah.
is somewhere in the description. But yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If
Period.
you are listening on Anchor or Spotify, follow the podcast, rate the podcast. You can leave comments on Anchor if you would like. And also make sure to check out our social media, which is Don't Touch My Music Pod on TikTok and Instagram. But we are most active and present on Instagram. If you would like to hear a little snippet of the songs that we chose today, head on over to our Instagram stories or to the
Yes.
highlight on our profile where you can see the past 3 or 4 weeks of music that we selected. And you can hear a little snippet or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we'll see you on Thursday. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.